To all the people at therealtech9.com and sickness.net. It's no longer a joke. Demons. It's real.
Well, I won't get a copy strike for that little bit. So, this is Roxy. Her mum's name's Angel. The book I read. Alright, stop being an attention seeker. Back off a little bit. No, back off a little bit. That's it, good girl. So in the book I read, which is repairing the damage to the one that I was brought up with, but it's all part of a learning process. Hang on a second, just while I find my lighter. Oh dear. That's right, my joint keeps locking up as well. Of course it's under my arse. Yeah. The book that I read is repairing the damage to the one I was brought up on. And I was told by the parent I told to fuck off the other day, the same as I told the neighbour to fuck off the other day. What are you barking at now? Alright, you just sit there and guard, like that's your job anyway, isn't it? Windows open, neighbours put washing out on the line. Yeah, so both of those, let's call them subjects, got told to fuck off on Saturday. Might as well be the same person. But I have got a parent that doesn't want me leaving the UK and is doing everything as a former civil servant to prevent me from leaving. And yes, a landlord is the Church of England. And the head of the Church of England is who? That's right, the Crown. And it's the Crown's bully boys that are causing all the aggravation, the lying, the stress, the corruption. It's all coming from them. Because they're just under oath to the Crown. The video you saw earlier about the police overstepping their authority, yeah, well, I know from personal experience if they told the truth. You know, when this incident happened where I was rushed and had to defend myself, I left there when I got my son the money from the nearest cash point to the one that I was going to use in the post office, because that was the reason that I went to the post office, not for any other reason. It's been checked and proven. So Went to another cash point, then asked my son to stay with me until I went to the police station. He had to go and book the ticket to go and ask his mum if he could marry his fiancée. They'd already asked my permission and it was given freely. Like the girl a lot, which is good for him. But that's irrespective of what's going on. He had to go and do that. I had a panic attack on the way to the police station where I reported myself for having to use reasonable force to defend myself. Hate using violence. Haven't used violence for 30 years since I was dealing drugs when I lived down south. But when you can't get employment and no one to give you a chance, you still got to feed your kids, haven't you? So when I was on probation, I signed a legal document saying that I wasn't going to deal again, which granted me permission and the legal authority, even though the police could confiscate it, my personal amount. But I couldn't be charged with it. So it was a kind of guarantee and a reward to stop dealing. Haven't broken that. So that's still a current, valid, legal document. So I'm antisocial because they can't earn from that. Especially while they're having a little clampdown at the moment in Peterborough. But they're mainly picking on the Vietnamese and the Jamaicans at the moment up here. So it is race related. And people are getting rightfully pissed off about it. So it's all connected. They don't want someone going around telling people their rights when it affects UK PLC income, because that's when they deploy the Investigatory Powers Act, especially if you accuse them of being corrupt, which again affects the income of UK PLC or the Crown's income. Add into that fracking, what we got stopped, David Cameron's war vote that got stopped, national service vote that got stopped. So they really, really do know about me and what I've been doing over the years. Including the storm of 87. When I went to London, because I was being threatened, so I had to walk away from the place where I was living on the coast, and I went into the belly of the beast, and then all hell broke loose. Went to sleep listening to Voodoo Child by Jimi Hendrix while all the others went out night clubbing. I was into all that fucking bamboo house music shit at the time, and it just weren't my thing. I was into sort of stuff I grew up with. So they went and done their thing. When I woke up in the morning, everything was devastated. The alarms were going off everywhere. We was ordered to return to the seaside town we came from. And that was the end of that. Let's have a quick look on here. As you can see, Mr. Murphy, or as I'm now calling him, Mr. Little Bitch Smurfette, has run away because he told me to dig a hole in my garden and jump in it. Oh, what a shame, eh? Little click has been worked out what they've actually been doing to my... Yeah, I've just clocked you by the window, looking at my window. Again. So I am being watched and monitored. Yeah. You look. I'll even give you a wave, look. Alright. So I'm just filming the hole in the ground that I had my feet in. Remember? And the ringleader's watching me. Because I'm now in an elevated position on a bed. Instead of laying on the floor on a mattress with my tortured, gassed, dying dog, which has also affected my health, my lungs, from the carbon monoxide poisoning we both had to endure before Roxy came here as backup. That's why Roxy keeps reacting, and that's why she was looking scared the other day when she started fucking growling and barking at her after Roxy died. So this is what's going on. This is what's been going on. Yeah, I have my beliefs, but I keep them to myself as well.